Jack this year. He has grown so much just in this year alone. And I think he does a really good job throughout his speech doing an honest reflection of how much he's grown in all of these sections that we talk about. So Jack is a kind friend. He's a good athlete. He'll talk about his playing squash. And he's also a successful robotics coder, just to name a few things. I know you all will enjoy hearing what he has to talk about, and you might even get to learn something new about him. So without further ado, we got Jeff.
Middle school is a time of ups and downs and lots of changes. For me, I changed in ways I couldn't possibly imagine. I picked up new sports, met new people, learned things I thought were impossible. But for me, the biggest change has been learning to live with my attention deficit disorder. As middle school got harder, it gave me less leeway for error with my ADD. And throughout the years, I've had to change and adjust my medication. The ADD and the medication have both affected my life in many different areas, for better and for worse. I try to remember that we're all still works in progress, and as Winston Churchill once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. The jump to middle school over the years has been tough, but it's helped me grow significantly as a person. It's taught me the hard way that I need to learn with my ADD, and it's forced me to learn to manage deadlines. In the last 3 years, I have switched from at least 5 or 6 different medications to try and put all the puzzle pieces together and be successful at school. It's tough because some days it feels like I'm able to accomplish whatever I want and learn new things easily, while other days I feel like I stay stuck on things that we learned back in 6th grade. But ADD causes me to focus better on things I find interesting, which can make it really tough if there's a subject that I'm not passionate about. But it's also helped me hone in on subjects that I find really interesting and helped me discover new hobbies. One academic subject I do like is robotics. I tried it in 6th grade and thought it was okay, but I tried it again this year and I fell in love. It took us a long time and a lot of work to make our robotics team a success, but it all paid off in January of this year. We went to Bowling Green for a regional tournament, and I didn't think we had much of a chance of winning, but we did really well, getting 2nd place overall. Even on the day of competition, we were continually adjusting and working together to make our robot better. That effort paid off, and we got 1st in 2 categories and 2nd in the overall. And due to our efforts, we made it in state and competed in February. Robotics requires teamwork. It also requires me to rely on my coding skills. I think math and coding are 2 of my biggest strengths, and I'm glad that Town Robotics has challenged this year, and I'm proud of our team. This experience has made me feel like I would love to learn more about coding and maybe pursue it as a career in the future. Over time, I've picked up new hobbies, one of which being squash. I've been playing squash for about the past 2 years of my life, and it's helped me grow a lot as a player and as a person. The exercise helps me reduce stress and manage my ADD. When I'm on the squash court, it's nice because I only have one thing to focus on. When squash first became available at collegiate, hardly any students signed up. But after I tried the game and fell in love with it in my free time, I talked to some friends about trying it, and eventually we were able to get a team together. Now I'm on the collegiate squash team, and we even made it all the way to nationals. We got 4th out of 14th in our division, and right now we're the 2nd team from Kentucky to ever get to play in this prestigious tournament. I'm hoping to go back next year. Squash has been a great focus for me, and it helps me whenever I feel bored because I can always improve my game. I can do drills, ghosts, go to the boat club, or even just work out. Sometimes it can be grueling to balance out with school, but through it all, I've stuck with it and it's made me a better person. My favorite part is by far the team. We always have more after practice, and no matter how tired we are, we always want to play. There's a lot of competitiveness in the team, and we're always trying to beat one another. But no matter how much trash we talk, we're all still great friends. The best experience then was by far nationals. We got to spend 4 days together in Philadelphia, and the time we spent there is something I will cherish forever. We always wanted to play, especially on the glass court, and we had to balance it out with an ungodly amount of Shake Shack. Win or lose, we always cheered each other on, and grew not only as players, but as a team. We also played against other middle school teams in Louisville, and currently we're undefeated. Coach Lee and Xander Scott have taught me the important roles that sports can play in my life, and exercise will always make me feel better. And squash has to be by far my favorite form of exercise. Squash has helped me get in better shape physically, but it's also helped me get through tough times. I hope I can continue to play squash in collegiate and high school, and possibly for the rest of my life. Sometimes living with ADD can be tough. That's when I'm thankful for Because I've been in collegiate since kindergarten, I've known a lot of my friends for a long time. Since the start of middle school, I've wanted to go out of my comfort zone and meet new people. I realized just how much I've matured and learned to face my fears, and that included meeting new people. When I first tried, it might have felt like it was going to be the end of the world. But each time, I got better and better. Now I'm able to face new social situations with more confidence. It's nice to know that I'm able to meet new people and face new challenges, but it's also nice to know that I have my longtime collegiate friends who know me well and like me for who I am. My favorite experience, though, has to be space camp. For 1 week, I went to Alabama to stay at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. And in such little time, I made so many memories that I still think about. I was nervous about meeting so many new kids, but very quickly, I grew very close to them. There was a certain way of life there that's just never been matched to this day. Everyone was known for something, and there was a quiet order to things. There was one kid who made $200 off of just bracelets, and he was helped market them with another kid. This girl who spent $100 on a doll that she probably hasn't touched since. And there was these kids at lunch who would always watch Fortnite compilations. At the time, some of those things might have seemed embarrassing, and I thought I would never want to think about them again. But those were the kind of things that made it special to me. Experiences like those, that mixed with the amazing courses through the action camps, always kept things interesting and helped change my social life forever. ADD can be a huge struggle. Sometimes it feels like I can't get anything done. Sometimes I feel frustrated that I have to rely on my medicine. And many times I'm able to do the work, but I can't hold a thought for more than a second. This leaves my head in clutter and also often leads to a headache most days. This can also make my anxiety shoot through the roof. It can cause me to lock up. During those times, I just try to calm down and remember I can overcome hard things. During my middle school time, I've grown and learned to be a stronger person. Mr. Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This quote exemplifies a lot because my ADD makes it easy for me to make mistakes. It can make me very frustrated with myself. But you have to remember, it's not the end of the world, and you can always get through. The important thing is to stay true to who you are and never give up. Over the past few years, we've all grown a lot. From the most literal way in height, to some of us achieving goals that adults still dream of. I've worked hard to manage my ADD and grows in all areas of life. I think we can all agree that middle school wasn't easy. In some parts, it felt next to impossible. But as Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts." And after everything that I've been through, I can easily say the hard work was worth it, and I wouldn't change the person I've become today. For my dedications, my first one would have to go to my parents. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be half the person I am today. They taught me what I value, and they helped me grow as a person more than anyone else. I can't thank them for what they've done for me. And where my parents taught me who I wanted to be in life, my brothers were the ones who breathed life into me. And each had contributed to my hobbies, music tastes, sports, and just overall personality. They were the ones that taught me how I wanted to act outside of core values. And for my final dedication, I'd like to thank Madam Hogan. Throughout middle school, she has helped me push my language skills and me as a person. There were times where I didn't see what she saw in me, but she always helped me overcome that barrier and helped me give me confidence to go on. Thank you.